So I want to get it on this Crawford fight. September 13th, Crawford versus Canelo. We got Boots. Boots he's ran in the camp. Boots ran to the Canelo camp, and so everybody's up in arms about it. But there's a couple things, man, to take away from it. There's a couple things. One, you got to realize that Canelo now understands the severity of how good Crawford is. Right? Like, Canelo is adjusting his game plan for Crawford. Crawford is building his game plan for himself. See, because he already understands how to win against Canelo. He knew that before he took the fight. He said that in an interview. He took the fight because he seen a gap in Canelo's armor. That's why Bud took the fight. He took it because he seen a gap in Canelo's armor. He wasn't looking to bring somebody else in to fill that gap out. That's not what it is. The only thing that Crawford is doing with bringing people into his camp is for size. That's it. And that's happening more consistently because he's always sparred with bigger guys. That's only happening now because he's jumping up to 168. Remember, everybody says Canelo's used to different styles. He's fought every style that there is. So why go get Jaron? Why go get Jaron? But this is why it's split. It's split because take race out of it. It's split because you got an American fighter helping a Mexican fighter. And the Mexican fighters tend to stick together. It's not even about the color. It's about American fighter versus Mexican fighter. So we know how strong the Mexican fighter village is. It's strong. They stick together. So, okay, whatever. Like I just finished listening to Bud's camp. What's his boy's name there? The boxer that be hyping him up. You know who I'm talking about. Well, he just basically said it doesn't really even matter. That's good for them. They should have went and got Jerome. Get Jerron. Jerron isn't Bud Crawford, but he switches stances. He has a similar reach as Bud, so that's fine. But listen, Canelo has somebody else in the camp already. The Cuban boxer with 8 wins. He had him in doing sparring already. So look, they're going to try to emulate and strategize what Bud's gonna do. And to me, that puts Canelo as the underdog. Because he's trying to figure out what Crawford's gonna do. Crawford already has Canelo figured out. Bomac said it. Bomac said it already. Bomac said that Bud seen what was happening in his fight against, I don't think it was Charlo. It could have been Charlo. He's seen the weaknesses of Canelo. And let's face it, Canelo was he was pushing himself around in that fight. So if he can see the weaknesses when he's at his strength, that's a big win for Bud. See, Bud's IQ is such that he's going to be working to me a little bit better than even Mayweather, because I think Bud fights at angles better than Mayweather, right? So Mayweather uses his shell defense, he can get separation from the shell, but Crawford fights at angles. Boom, it's inches. 74-inch arm reach, right? Angles. I can switch to southpaw. Angles. We're going to see so many close punches that Canelo actually comes in contact with Bud, but because of inches, it's not going to affect him like it does other fighters. But here's the game changer. This is the game changer. Everybody seems to forget. Everybody in the boxing world, you guys' heads are so clouded with being fans. You guys are such fans. You guys are such fans, man. All you think about is being fans of individuals instead of boxing. You're being fans of individuals instead of boxing. My dog's barking in the background. Khaleesi, quiet. So they're being fans of the individual instead of boxing. Those inches make the difference. When Bud's working from here to here to here to here, right? That movement in his feet is going to be such a game changer for the fight. So I'm cooking away. I got some veggies on. You know, September 13th, my daughter wants to run. September 13th, the fight, the big fight, right? JarinBoots Ennis is into the building. Jaron's in the building. And so everybody's up in arms about Jaron being in the building. Guess what? It's gonna be helpful for him to see and get an idea of what it's like to fight an American boxer who switches stances. But what he can't account for is the timing, precision of Crawford's distance. And let's face it, guys, everybody talking about Crawford's putting on weight. Crawford ain't putting on weight. Crawford's not putting on weight. Here's what Crawford's doing. Crawford's fighting at his top fight weight, period. He's fighting at his best fight weight, period. He's fighting. Canelo is fighting man Bud Crawford. We're talking about somebody. Look at Crawford when he's hitting the bag. Look at Crawford when he hits the bag, and then look at Mayweather when Mayweather hits the bag. Crawford hits the bag with the best fundamentals you're going to see in boxing. His hand is tucked. He's got his chin covered. He's got his body covered. When he's throwing his hooks, the precision of his hooks, everything is tight. He's fighting for inches. Now, when you see a Mayweather going there, right? He's timing, he's getting his hands moving. He's not hitting the bag with defense. Crawford is hitting the bag with defense. Inches. Okay? Inches. So when he's here, everything's tight. He's got the chin covered. He's got his body covered. He got those long arms. They come down and hit the body. He throws his hooks. Everything is precision. He's a marksman. Bud Crawford is a marksman, and there's not anybody that he can bring to camp that's a marksman. And that's why you get guys like the heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk. He's like, Bud's the best. He's telling you that Bud's the best because when it comes to the fundamentals of throwing punches and how to protect yourself and throw the punches in the right spot, how to turn your hips with your punch, Bud Crawford does that better than anybody. Now, he's going against Canelo Alvarez. Listen, Canelo Alvarez, he wants to get in there and he wants to brawl. I like that Canelo, what I'm seeing out of his camp, is that he's going back to this boxer, the fundamental of boxer, right? And he's getting in, he wants to get his head movement in, he wants to put those hands down. But let's face it, he cannot throw punches like that. So all that movement that he's doing, only for me, when I see that, as a boxing fan, knowing Canelo, he's just gonna tire himself out. All the head movement with his hands down, see, that looks good because what Bud is doing. Let me tell you what Bud is doing. And Bud brought this up in the interview when they did their first head-to-head, right? One of the first head-to-head. Bud brought this up. He said, "Well, I'm just like you then, coming up in weight class fighting a bigger man. Canelo does good against the bigger man." I'm going to tell you again. Canelo does good against the bigger fighters. You know why? Because Canelo does have some good boxing tendencies. He has some good feints against the bigger man. But when he gets in there with a guy who can box, like a Mayweather, when he gets in there with a guy that can box like a Lara, even Danny Jacobs is a good boxer, right? Danny Jacobs is a good boxer. He's just too big. Danny Jacobs was too big. Made it too easy for Canelo to hit. Danny Jacobs didn't have those movements with inches. He didn't work off of angles. He was here. He wanted to fight here. He come in, he throw that big hook. Boom! Doesn't matter. Canelo can see it. He's going to hit it. Crawford's not going to do that. You're not going to see Crawford shots. You're not going to see Crawford shots. So I'm heading to Vegas, guys. I'm jumping on. I wanted to jump on and do this and talk through Jaron coming in, because there's a lot of hype about it. Like, everybody's hyped up about it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't gonna matter. And that 10 pounds of muscle, that 12 pounds of muscle, functional muscle that Crawford's put on, he's gonna be able to eat many more punches. He's gonna be able to eat many more punches. So he's gonna be equipped for those heavy punches that Canelo's throwing to the body because he can't reach them. Let me break down. Let me give you my prediction on the fight. Let me give you my prediction on the fight. The fight starts out with Crawford coming out in an orthodox stance. Okay? Crawford's going to come out in an orthodox stance. That orthodox stance, based off of space, how well he can get space and dictate what rhythm that Canelo is going to be on. What feint is he going to be? Is Canelo waiting for him to make the move? He's going to come out in that orthodox stance, right? And he's going to be dictating, hey, okay, how can I get foot placement? How much distance do I have? Let me do some jab. He's going to do a lot of jabbing, right? Then he's going to switch to southpaw, where he's comfortable and his game plan really exists, the breakdown. And the breakdown is this. The breakdown is that he is going to turn Canelo very often. He's going to turn Canelo from here, right? Canelo does not like to go this way. Canelo doesn't like to go to his left. And Bud's gonna turn him there. And so typically what happens is, and you'll see this, watch Bivol. When Bivol's fighting and he steps to his right, when Bivol steps to the right and turns Canelo drops his hands. Because he can't punch from that angle. When he's turning, he can't punch. So he drops his hands to try to get back to the center and get placement again. So here's what's going to happen. Crawford is going to attack the body on those turns. Bing, bing. He's going to be attacking that body constantly. Straight rights, straight lefts. He's going to be attacking that body. That's going to frustrate Canelo so much. He doesn't even know how much is going to frustrate him yet. But that's the gap. That's the gap that Crawford, I think that Crawford found. And I hope that I'm saying it right without being able to like demonstrate it. But I'll try to put a video clip up of it, because most of the time when it happens and he's fighting, and see, the advantage that Crawford has when he does that, when he turns him, is that when he's fighting from the southpaw stance, it really opens up Canelo's kidneys. It really opens up Canelo's kidneys. So only thing Crawford has to do is get some of those shots off early, then he can start to work this area right here. I don't care how big Canelo's head is. This area. Look at Madrimav's fight. Madrimav's fight, this is all bruised up. This is all bruised up right here. Temple, forehead. Listen, when he goes to the body, and then Canelo's dipping that head down, and he's bang bang with precision. Man, the frustration on that. Forget about Canelo's chin. He don't need to attack his chin. He don't need to attack the chin. It's not necessary to break him down. It's the body and this right here. And listen, what did I tell you? Bud is a marksman. You know, you playing those zombie games, and you shoot a boop, 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 right? You're hitting them, you're knocking some of them down, but it only works when you get the headshot. That's who Bud Crawford is. Bud Crawford picks off the headshot. You're looking back like you're playing with somebody. You're like, damn, they keep hitting everybody in the pew 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 right in the head. That's who Bud Crawford is. That's who we're gonna see. So I think it's gonna be a demonstration of boxing, and hopefully it gets us back into some really good fights and get away from guys milking fights. And listen, man, styles make fights. So tune in September 13th, Bud Crawford against Canelo, the Mexican, Alvarez. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. Hit the like button, man. Show some love on this video. If you agree, show some love. Comment in the comment section. We got more videos to come.